On January 30th, 2020 in Sydney, Australia, my friend Hubert and I started across the quay and ferried over to then head inside the Sydney Opera House for a lunch reservation at this place called Bennelong. As if the location and the design wasn't stunning enough, this secondary outpost from Chef Peter Gilmore seeks to be accessible and flexible while keeping a seasonal focus on high-level execution and seasonal relationships with Australian purveyors. There's a really cool story on the name Bennelong and the historical significance of this harbor point and the relationship between the First Nations and the colonists, but it's better read through their About page on the site that's linked below. Menu format for lunch is either a flexible 2 or 3 course pre-fee, where you get a choice of a selection of starters, mains, and of course desserts. Hubert and I decided to go with the order different dishes for each course and swap plates maneuver. Cocktail for me to start here is a really refreshing yellow submarine, saffron-infused Tanqueray, Campari, lavender, and lemon. Hubert's had some extra theatrics involved. Dry ice never gets old. House-made sourdough with cultured butter. I was actually a huge fan of the crumb on this. Flavor and crust texture also hit all expectations. First up, XO scallops with eggplant, silken tofu, smoked bacon, and XO crackers. Having 3 different types of crispy and crunchy on this dish was a really stimulating way to start the meal, balanced out by the tender scallops and the tofu. I was a little nervous that these ingredients together would be a little bit too salty, but they nailed the seasoning here. Next to that, squid and shiitake noodles, koji butter, chicken skin, sesame, and black garlic, plus a puffed broomcorn. Again, stellar execution by playing with textures, so this bowl never got boring to eat. Glass of Iswe Aglianico from Barossa Valley for me. You'll see why in a minute. I'm always keen on trying these winemaking projects where grapes are taken from famous wine regions and grown and made elsewhere, and this did not disappoint. Roast Wagyu rump cap here with a confit tomato tart and sauce béarnaise. I actually didn't enjoy the sliced and rolled presentation of this beef as much as I thought I would. Eating the burstingly tart and sweet tomatoes in this tart when it was still winter at home with the beef jus was actually the highlight of this dish for me. This other main course is aged Kurabota pork chop, young garlic, barletta onions, and licorice kombu to garnish. This one was fatty, really clean, and intact pork flavor that wasn't masked too much by the garnishes. Both dishes, in my opinion, really benefited from this side, young Kipfler potatoes, sesame, and seaweed butter. Really tender, creamy texture. I'm all about adding supplemental garnish in addition to just chives on potato sides. Drum roll, please. I literally remember watching videos on this 8-texture chocolate cake in culinary school over 10 years ago now, and I'm finally in Sydney to experience it. Yes, I know by now it is a little cliched with different temperatures, and the textural differences lean more towards smooth and rich, but to the uninitiated, this is absolutely a signature dish with a legacy, and it's recognized around the world. Next to that, a pavlova dish inspired by the architecture of the opera house itself, finished with passion fruit juice. I always get excited when I see dishes inspired by different industries executed this well. An Americano for me and some small bites to finish, shortbread with coconut and jam. Total for the two of us came to $3.84 Aussie. This is the type of meal in a tourist-heavy location that usually doesn't get executed this well while still remaining casual. And I'm grateful that a place like Bennelong calls the Opera House home, because I think we've all been to spots that capitalize on tourists more than having a point of view on the food. What you get here, though, is also a really consistent and wide-ranging menu, super warm and friendly staff, plus it's a low-key way to kind of save yourself the trip to Key if you really want the chocolate dessert too. I've made tons of dining and going out to eat videos just like this one. Feel free to watch more. There's a playlist linked up, and of course subscribe for more videos when we can all enjoy experiences at restaurants again safely. I hope you folks are all doing well wherever you are in the world. Thanks as always for your attention. My name is Justin Khanna, and I hope you have a good one.